I adopted my little sister, but my girlfriend was not happy.
Well, maybe it's time to adopt your girlfriend because she's being a baby.
Last month, when my 24 male parents were driving back from my uncle's house outside the city, they encountered a moose on a remote road in the forest. My father, who was the driver, swerved at a high speed, hit a tree. They both passed away unseen. Because it wasn't a very often or used road, they were only discovered the next day by passerby. Trigger warning,
A little too late
mentions
for that.
of passing away. By the way, this comes from Throwaway89. If you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKstorytime subreddit. I'm Riley.
I'm Dakota.
I'm Keon.
And we have not been through all of these situations before. But if you have, please put your comments down below. We're just here to give the best advice we can. So OP says, my sister, 8 female, has been staying with my grandmother, who I'm not a great fan of. She said that she doesn't want to adopt my sister, so the next option was me. I agreed with it without question. We are very close, and in the end, she's my family, and I love her to the end of the world. My sister moved in with my girlfriend, 23 female, and me 2 weeks ago. Obviously, she's very scared from what happened to our parents. We were both very close to them, and they were great people. She still doesn't really talk much, only to me and sometimes my girlfriend. We take her to therapy twice a week, and there are improvements, even in such a short amount of time. Yesterday, after I stayed with my sister in her bed until she fell asleep, I went to my and my girlfriend's room. She said that we had to talk about the situation. She said that we don't really have time for each other since my sister moved in. It's fair point. We've only had spicy sleep once, and that's when my sister was away. And even then, I wasn't really into it at all. She said I should reconsider the adoption and maybe hand her over to my uncle and aunt. I feel like the girlfriend should have brought this up with questions for the boyfriend, because this is an easy solution. One, this is a season, girlfriend. We're going through a season that I have to take care of my sister, and you could be a part of it or not. And we can always have workarounds where the aunt and uncle can help out too sometimes. That's what I think. Anyways, I refused. They already busy as it is. My uncle isn't allowed to work because of a heart condition and because he didn't work long before being diagnosed. His disability fund isn't very big. My aunt works at a retirement home that obviously doesn't pay great. They also pay for my cousin's university expenses while juggling taking care of my younger cousin, who's only 5. My girlfriend is in her last year of university, so we don't have much money either. Luckily, I found a job after university in my field that pays pretty well, and it's been tough financially. Soon enough, I will start receiving funds from the government for adopting my sister. My girlfriend said that she isn't ready to become a mother and overall having all these responsibilities of a parent, which I can understand. It's tough. She said it's been putting a big strain on our relationship, which again is valid. Hate to say it, don't seem like you're cut out for this season of my life.
Yeah, dude, I think it's time to leave her.
Yeah.
I think if you're like, oh, okay, me taking care of my sister is a red flag for you, I guess you should find somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we're not cut out to be together because I'm picking my sister over you.
Yeah.
We just lost our parents as well.
Mm-hmm.
Those were my parents
Yeah.
and hers.
Also, Pete, how are you doing? How are you doing with this?
Yeah.
Hope you're doing all right. Before, we get back from work and university and be off for the entire day. But now we have to pick up my sister from school, drive her to the therapist, and take care of her a lot when she's home, since she doesn't like to be alone. I told her that while she makes valid points, all of that goes out the window when this is my sister. I just can't throw her away because it's not easy. It won't be easy, and I have to write it out. But she doesn't. It probably wasn't the right thing to say because it set her off. And she said that if I had to choose between my sister and her, who would I pick?
Girl.
Easy.
Are you crazy? Do you think in any universe you win that? Do you think at all, I've just lost both of my parents. Me and my sister are now the only ones left in our family, like immediate family. You think I'm going to pick you over my sister?
Yeah, get your head screwed on straight there.
That's the fastest. I pick my sister. Bye.
Yeah.
See ya. Hit the bricks.
I didn't answer, and we got into a bit of a verbal fight, after which I went to sleep on the couch and kind of broke down from everything that has been going on lately.
Dang.
I should add that my girlfriend and I have been together for 9 years. She knew my parents, and they loved her. She also knows my sister from birth, and I can't understand how she would make me pick between them. I love both of them, and I don't want to lose either of them. I think I need advice on what to do or say with my girlfriend because I'm at a loss. We have an edit. I also want to add, because people seem to think that I just suddenly took my sister without even talking to my girlfriend. That's not the case. We've talked about it at length. She said that we needed to get her to come home to us, no matter what. That's why I was also really surprised at what she had to say. Even if you didn't have to have a conversation, take your 8-year-old sister in. I don't think you need a conversation.
Yeah,
for that. That's
I think
my hot take, and I'm
I
going to
agree
on that hill.
That's ice cold to me because it's like, yeah, my parents are gone.
Yeah.
I have a sister who's 8.
Yep.
She's going to live with us.
Yep.
And you live with me, so if you're going to be here, she's going to live with us.
So this is what I think you should do. Take your girlfriend aside. Tell her, I love you. This is something I'm serious about. One of the biggest things that you voiced to me is that we don't have a lot of time together. I think once we get to the root of that and work towards figuring that problem out, we'll be good. I cannot get rid of my sister. I am not going to let her be with someone else. She's going to stay with me, and that's my responsibility
Straight
to her.
up.
I'm going to need you to work with me on that, or I don't think this is going to work out. But let's drop the ultimatum. Let's figure out ways to have more time for ourselves, because that's the biggest issue here, is that they just don't have time for each other.
Yeah.
Update 2. Okay, we ended up talking about it for a while, and this is how it all went down.
I think they're splitting.
I think they're together, and this is how the talk went down. At first, my girlfriend apologized profusely for the other night. She said she acted like a spoiled little crap and that it wasn't acceptable at all. I told her that I still love her, same even though what she said was hurtful and that I understood it was a huge jump for her. I explained to her that she doesn't need to be a mother, just a friend or a big sister to my sister, and that I don't want to push any responsibilities on her. I said that if she'd like to, we could both take a break from each other to process this. She refused and said that she processed it and admitted that what she said was a result of everything changing so quickly. She said she didn't want or need a break because she realized what she said was in the wrong. She said she regretted what she said almost immediately, but thought that the damage was done and that I would break up with her. She was scared to approach me because of that. She also said that she didn't mean to make me pick between them and admitted herself that if someone posed her that question, if she were in that situation, she would drop them. She was thankful for me withholding that decision until we had a talk. She said it arose from her feeling distance from me and jealousy that I was spending a lot of time with my sister, but had to spend less time with her as a result. That makes sense. There was a little bit of jealousy there.
Fair. I mean, logical. Logical.
She understands why, though. It's necessary I take care of my sister while she's hurting, and she said she wishes to help me with that as much as she can. She admitted for the past 13 years, I've been her everything, and for those 2 weeks, she thought she was losing me. It terrified her, but after talking about it with some of her close friends, she saw that she wasn't losing me, just that a very important thing popped up in my life that I had to be taken care of, and it was going to take a lot of my attention, which was previously focused mostly on her, which makes sense. You guys were very deeply in love and 13 years in, which is beautiful. So a little bit of instability in that. It makes sense.
Was it 13 or 9? I thought it was 9.
Yeah, she admitted for the past 13 years, I've been her everything.
I guess I like this.
Yeah. Also, we're
I
not
don't
even
like that it could have even come out, though.
Okay, hear
I
me
feel
out.
like this is just damage control.
Yeah, it's damage control, and we're not even halfway through.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
So my prediction is that this happens, and she's like, I didn't mean it, and I was wrong. Then it's going to happen, and she's going to go right back to being resentful and angry, probably at OP's sister, and then that's going to cause the end of the relationship.
She said she wants me to know I can depend on her in terms of responsibility about my sister and that she will do her best to be good to my sister. And I can see that compared to yesterday or the day before. My girlfriend really tried with my sister today. She initiated conversations with her and helped her out more with homework and picking out some clothes before going to the therapist. It was as if seeing my girlfriend go from being a child to an adult in a matter of a day. I also admitted some of my faults, such as neglecting her over the past few weeks. Although unintentionally, I realized it could have had an impact on a person.
Brother, you're literally grieving the passing of your parents.
Yeah.
Like, you deserve to be given all of the grace in the situation.
You
And
deserve a
that's
little
why
break.
there was a comment saying, like, well, sometimes people say things that are like, upon further reflection, they realize we're wrong. Sure. But, like, you need to know in the context of your partner of maybe, 13 years, their parents are gone. and you don't have the wherewithal to like be sympathetic to their sister
Yeah.
and him wanting to adopt her and take care of her,
Yeah.
not giving him grace, with being maybe, I don't know, a little not as present in your relationship after that happens is insane to me.
Yeah, agreed. I also admitted to not really giving her much of a say on the matter of whether my sister would come here to stay. We came up with a few things, namely that we must definitely go to therapy sooner rather than later. She suggested leaving my sister with my aunt and uncle for a few hours over the weekend while we go and sort that out. We also agreed that we need to balance our time more efficiently so we can at least have a bit more time to reconnect with each other, which was my thing. She told me that she's sorry for not helping me grieve or finding time to do that, and that our fight was a wake-up call for her not being supportive enough of me through what happened recently. She said she will do whatever she can to make up for her overstepping. It was at this point that the whole month hit like a train. I cried a lot while she hugged me and gave me words of reassurance and comfort through the whole thing, while allowing me to release what I'd been holding on for the past month. This was my girlfriend as I knew her, a very caring person. I really hope that what she showed 2 days ago wasn't her real face, but merely a reaction stemming from insecurity. Only time can tell. And we passed the halfway
true.
mark.
It's good that you're aware of that because it is true.
Yeah, you're pretty mature for this. He's adulted a lot within the past little bit.
Yeah, you're not out of the woods yet.
Yeah, I think it was a positive thing to do, and obviously there were still tons more where that came from, but it's a step in the right direction. When I came back home with my sister, we all played cards, and it just felt like we were a family. It's a good feeling. As of the time that I'm writing this, I put my sister to sleep, and today she didn't take much time to fall asleep at all. She's pretty much drifted off after a forehead kiss and some cuddles. I'm in the living room on the couch right now. My girlfriend is taking a shower, and we're planning to watch a movie together. Honestly, I'm thankful to everyone who gave me advice over the past few hours. I don't think I could have kept a level head so much if many hadn't offered different points of view and sound advice. One thing I learned from this ordeal is that communication, especially in times of stress like this, is vital for making important decisions. It's good to talk to your partner and see if they maybe have an explanation for what they did, but also be ready for the worst. Yeah. Like we say, communicate early and often.
Yeah.
And we also say,
Pee
outside.
outside.
It's good for the plants. Really is. I went into the conversation with my girlfriend being ready to break up with her if her view hadn't changed. Because like it or not, for the time being, my sister was a priority. I think that 2 days ago, my girlfriend didn't understand why and couldn't accept it. But after talking to her and explaining why I have to take care of my sister like this, she now understands and accepts it.
I'm sorry. It is such a red flag to me that she needs that explained to her. That in and of itself, I'm glad that she seems receptive to the information, but like, how do you not understand? Parents pass away in a car accident. Was she involved in it? The little sister was in the car, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So incredibly traumatic for her, and you don't understand why the one person she has left in her immediate family wants to adopt her and take care of her, and you're mad that you won't be able to go on date night.
Yeah.
Come on, girl.
Come on, dude. We have a third update 72 days later. Everyone's against the girlfriend here.
OP and sister, they deserve a little vacation from girlfriend. Go somewhere nice. I don't know. They deserve a fun time. They deserve such a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot has happened since my first post. In the end, my girlfriend, now ex, I guess,
There it
couldn't
is.
deal with the fact that I had a new priority, because for the last 13 years, it was you, baby. All she had to worry about was you and her, and that was going to be life. I admit, I wasn't the best at managing time between them two, and I would spend a lot more with my sister than my girlfriend, but I think that's understandable maybe. In general, my girlfriend was on and off with my sister. One day, she would be the nicest person to her, and the other would completely blow her off and be borderline mean. I had a few talks with her that this needs to stop, but it would only end up working for maybe the rest of the week, and the next it would be back to square one. About 3 weeks ago, it erupted into a big argument. She accused me of not loving her anymore and that I play favorites. I told her they're not my children to be playing favorites, and that obviously for some time my sister is going to need a lot more attention since, you know, she lost her parents. In the end, she went back on her ultimatum. Sister or her. I was angry at this point because she had been mean to my sister that day, and I told her she can pack her crap and find a new place to sleep. I haven't seen her since, and quite frankly, I really don't want to.
Good.
I want to see her explain to everybody, like, he broke up with me because he picked his sister over me. Oh, why'd he do that?
She was just in a car one time and something happened. I don't know. It's really dramatized.
Christy Cameron's putting it the right way. Girlfriend had no empathy.
Oh my God.
Zero empathy for the sister. And that's not something that you can go, and actually, I thought about it.
Yeah.
Empathy is not something you just think about. It's something that hits you and you feel it.
She said girlfriend had no empathy for his poor sister and him going through something traumatic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None whatsoever.
Oh,
You cannot teach that. You cannot think that.
He stopped painting my nails. What am I going to do now?
She literally said, what about my needs and
Right.
wants? Huh?
She should immediately understand, oh, this isn't about me at all.
Also-
she's saying that you don't love her anymore because you're taking care of your sister. She's insane.
And a mom's boy says that's why she was a girlfriend, not a wife. This was a good wife test.
Yeah.
See how she would do. So we
It's not a good
texted.
girlfriend test. Like,
Yeah.
That's terrible.
It's wild. So we texted for a bit, basically both sides confirming it's over and arranging when she can come for the rest of her stuff. As for my sister, she's a lot better. She doesn't stay in her room all day anymore, and she's slowly going back to her talkative old self. Oh, wonder why. She still doesn't like being alone, but it was the same before the accident. So my girlfriend moved out, and we're sharing a bed for comfort. She still wakes up at night crying sometimes, so it's better when I'm there. And frankly, it's a lot more comfortable. By the way, you can be comfortable with more stories just like this on your favorite podcast platform. Just search up OK Storytime on iHeartRadio, Spotify, or Apple. We have 73 days at this point,
We've
72.
got 1,700 hours of stories.
Tons of hours. Guys, you called it. I didn't want to believe it. I thought there was a little bit left here, but I did feel love bombing.
Let me say exactly what should have been said.
Yeah.
Let me say what I think he needs to hear to figure. And he did. And it's like, if you really meant that and you meant that down to your core, it could have worked, but you didn't.
Yeah.
You just said that because it's not something you should need to check. I cannot emphasize enough how easy it should be to know that when your boyfriend of 9 or 13 or however many years loses their parents in a car accident and their sister's in the car and lost her parents and she's 8 years old and he goes, I'm going to take care of my sister. And you go, ugh, but us. But me, but my time with you.
It doesn't matter.
You're crazy for that.
I was going to say, it doesn't matter if it's 10 years, 20 years, 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 months, 1 day.
Yeah.
That's insane.
It is wild. Very much wild. One thing I really regret is my sister heard that whole fight, and she started apologizing for breaking me and my girlfriend up. I assured her it was not her fault at all, and if anything, she helped me see who my girlfriend really was. She still goes to therapy, and it's really helped a ton. She doesn't need me to be there while she falls asleep and doesn't panic when I go to the shop for 15 minutes. All in all, these past 3 months have been the hardest time in my life, but eye-opening to my ex's regard for family and kind of me too. Sorry for no happy ending. I guess
Brother.
this is how life really is.
Dude.
Nah, brother. Yes, sucks, but you have a happy ending with way better off with that chick.
Super happy ending. Imagine you were married to her.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
And then she would drag out the divorce, try to take everything she could from you and your sister now. She probably would have been vicious because there was talk in there about, I hate that I predicted that she was going to be mean to your sister because she's just full of crap saying, oh yeah, I was wrong. I thought about it. I was wrong. You're right. And then we can do this. And then the resentment's just going to go right onto your sister while she's literally recovering from one of the most traumatic things you could ever go through.
Oh my
like,
gosh, so hard.
Not
So
only like parentless, but then there's the survivor's guilt
Yep.
and everything, all of it.
Yeah.
That she could be mean to your sister because she's jealous that she's getting attention from you is
Dude, come
actually like
on.
psycho.
Come on,
So
son.
good. It's good. This is great news.
It's amazing news. And guys, that's the end of that story.
My boyfriend refuses to bond with our baby. Now I'm starting to regret everything.
Well, I hope you're not regretting the baby.
I'm 28 female and have been dating my boyfriend, 29 male, since August 2023. I just gave birth to our son, who's 6 weeks old. We both didn't necessarily plan or want to have children, but we're both excited when I got pregnant. I personally have always been afraid of childbirth, but obviously had to get over that. By the way, this comes from Belly Lynn, and if you want to submit your own stories, go to the r/OKStorytime subreddit. This is straight from the r/OKStorytime subreddit.
Yes.
I'm Sophia.
I'm Dakota.
And I'm Keon.
Well, just to let you know, folks, these stories we read, not all of us have been in these situations. We're just trying to give the best advice that we can. So keep that in mind as you listen, and if you've been through these situations, tell us what you did down in the comments.
I am currently on maternity leave, unpaid but insured, and have another 7 weeks left. My boyfriend's fully paid paternity leave ended 2 weeks ago, and he's been back at work 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. My boyfriend has not missed a single second of sleep since the baby was born. We had to spend a couple nights in the hospital due to my blood pressure being elevated. And the second night, baby started cluster feeding and was up all night crying. He did not wake up and slept soundly from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I had a 3rd-degree tear, and it hurt to sneeze or laugh, let alone get up and walk around. But I couldn't get the baby to stop crying unless I was pacing around the room. I was literally standing above him with a crying newborn, and he didn't even flinch. The first week home, he took the baby from me, maybe once or twice that week, so I could catch up on sleep, but wasn't able to figure out how to stop him from crying. Then figure it out. You either have to deal with crying baby for however long your shift is, or, figure out how to stop the baby from crying. I feel like that discouraged him from taking him, and he constantly tells me, well, you have the front airbags, you have what he wants, which is true. I'm pumping and feeding, so it's not like he doesn't have food to give him if he's crying. His mother can take him and feed him, and he will stop crying, which is immediately followed up with, well, she has front airbags too, as if his mother is feeding him. So from the 2nd week on, I have been basically with the baby 24/7, minus the roughly 2 to 3 hours he has with him sporadically through the day, holding him so I can use the bathroom, shower, or make food. But the second the baby cries, he's searching for me or ignoring it. The next 2 weeks of his paternity leave was filled with him trying to get back on his schedule. He needs to go to the gym daily, spending roughly 2 to 4 hours at the gym because of his mental health.
Hey, I see a sacrifice we can make because you don't need to go to the gym for 2 to 4 hours a day.
A day when you have a
get
newborn?
enough physical exercise to maintain your mental health.
You're on paternity leave, not gym leave. Why are you prioritizing the gym over your baby? And he was getting annoyed once the afternoon hit, and he still had not gone because I was asking him to help. He also spent hours playing video games with his friends, sometimes from the afternoon till 1 or 2 in the morning. Didn't once ask if I needed a break or just take initiative on taking the baby to hang out with him, when that is literally why he was given time off.
Nah, babe, this is vacation.
It's vacation. Paternity leave means I hang out with my friends.
It's crazy.
Paternity leave was not given to him for him to catch up on sleep or be out of the house for hours or to play games with his friends. It's literally for him to be there to help me heal from pushing out an 8-pound baby. I couldn't get out of bed without pain for the first 2 weeks, but he was in the other room and couldn't hear me call for help. So I'd get up to do the things I needed to do, and when I walked past him in the living room playing games, he'd look at me as if nothing is wrong. I made comments about his helping, and he'd take the baby from me and continue playing his game, having the baby lay on his lap with little to no neck support, which just annoyed me. You can't hold your child for a couple hours without playing video games? And you wonder why the baby is crying all floppy on your lap. He does anything I'd ask, and he does make food for me. But at the same time, he doesn't take any initiative and would just let me pick at food for 30 minutes while carrying the baby while he goes back to his games. It's quite hard to eat when you have a wiggly baby in your arms.
All right, like straight up, you need to lay down like a full-blown ultimatum of like, hey, if you don't want to take care of our child, that's fine. Go ahead and get out of our life.
Leave.
And, whatever. But I'm not going to just have you here being a completely unhelpful presence. Like, you need to speak up and say, like, hey, this is entirely unacceptable. And you're acting like you're, like, not my partner. Like, this kid's not even yours, you're acting like.
Absolutely. Before having the baby, he would play games, but when he was working, he'd only play from 8 to 9 p.m. to 10 to 11 p.m. So I don't really understand the increase in playtime when you literally have a girlfriend and baby to take care of. When he does have the baby, he acts completely oblivious to the needs of a newborn, which consist of being hungry, being dirty, or being uncomfortable. You literally feed, change, or reposition the child, and it'll be okay. And he looks to me for help. Did he not read, like, any book? Did he not do any prep in the 9 months leading up to the baby?
Has he not seen a single thing about fathers?
That's what I'm wondering, because I feel like when I get pregnant, I'm reading every book that I can. Like any material that I can. I'm talking to everyone who has a kid. I'm talking to my parents. I'm like, how do I parent baby? What do I need to know?
He like holds it by the ankle. He's like, is this how you hold it?
Yeah.
Like, brother.
How the F am I able to figure that out? Both our first child, and he isn't. Do one of 3 things to make him stop, and it works. He sits on the bed or couch with the baby, and baby will start crying. And he refuses to get up and pace around the room. When I take him back and walk around the room with him, he stops crying, and that's obviously because I have front airbags that he stopped crying? Like, what the F? Since he's back at work, he gets up at 5 a.m., goes to the gym from 6 to 7:50 a.m., gets ready for work, then goes to work from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. with the occasional meeting that ends around 8 p.m. He tries to be asleep by 10 to 11 p.m. So you get 2 hours with him? 2 hours? So he's out of commission from 10 p.m. to 6 p.m. the next effing day. Does not check on the baby or me before the gym or going to work. And when he gets back from work, doesn't request to take the baby from me so I can shower or just have some time to myself. We'll get on the video games until 11 to 12 p.m. I'll have to ask to shower or ask him to help me and give the baby a bottle so my nipples have a break. He doesn't ask for basic needs. He also kind of just implied that his day-to-day wasn't going to change because he needed the gym and likes to wind down with video games, when my life has completely changed and revolves around the baby's schedule. Last week, Friday, he told his friends he can't be on the video games all night because he feels like an irresponsible man and like he doesn't spend time with us. So you don't feel like that.
Oh my
You just
God.
are.
I think he's slowly developing a brain.
I don't even know.
Maybe the brain stem is built, and now there's a little bit of brain being built on top of it.
It's too
He's
slow.
like, actually, guys, when I play games until the end of the day and then go to sleep without being a father, I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Well, I feel like maybe, I don't know if this is true, but I feel like maybe someone in that friend group was like, oh, like, how's the baby? And he's like, the baby?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the baby, right.
That will make you snap too when your
Yeah.
own friend group is like, yo, are you being a scumbag? Like,
Yeah.
why are you playing video games? Did you just have,
Don't
a,
you have
baby?
a baby?
And then you're like, yeah, but like, I wouldn't ever stop playing games with the bros. And they're like, you should,
You should
idiot.
stop.
Like, you have a
Yeah.
baby.
So that's cool that I didn't have to tell him to do that, and he noticed on his own. But like, in what world was that okay to begin with?
Yeah.
The last 2 nights, he's been falling asleep by 9 p.m. He gets home at 6 p.m., makes food for himself, but still doesn't insist on taking or holding the baby or giving the baby a bottle. Now, since he's back to work, he hasn't taken any initiative on taking the baby on the weekends either. Last week, Saturday, he ended up helping a friend move some stuff and told me it would take 2 hours, but ended up taking 7. His justification is, well, I made $200. I don't care. Like, sir, 1, you don't ask for crap. You just tell me you're doing stuff. Whereas I have to ask you to watch him to go to the dentist appointment or my postpartum appointments and effing shower. Yeah, he gets to go to the gym for 1 to 2 hours a day, play video games, and OP can't even shower? That's absolutely ridiculous.
The guy's a scumbag.
I guarantee he comes into after gaming. He's like, you stink.
Yeah,
You look
probably.
tired.
Like, oh, why are you so tired, babe?
Oh my God.
And make sure you're okay to be with the baby for that long by yourself. Where do you get off by taking my only alleged free time away from me and justifying it with, well, I'm getting paid? What are you afraid of being around an effing baby? Don't even get me started on his mother. She sucks all the excitement out of the effing room. She posted about the baby being born on social media before either of us did. That's a big no-no. Including delivery room pics.
Wow.
Totally not okay to post pictures of the mom right after. Like, that's also just a very vulnerable state.
Apple doesn't fall far from the stinky little tree.
Stinky
From the
little
garbage
tree.
can.
It's one of those trees that smells like fish. You know, the ones when they bloom, they look nice, but they smell like fish. Didn't even ask to be in the delivery room, but kind of just lingered until everything was happening. Justified it by saying, well, I just thought she'd want a motherly figure in the room, not you. Yeah, I'd be cool with my mom because that's my mom, but I don't even really know you like that. Also, you think you'd ask? Guess not, but also just sat on the couch in the corner and did nothing for me. She kissed a 12-hour-old baby on the face and got offended when I told my boyfriend to tell her not to. We'll make passive-aggressive comments about it, then we'll tell a story about how when my boyfriend was a baby, he got RSV and was hospitalized. Which, then why are you kissing my baby?
Yeah. Imagine being offended that germs exist and
Yeah.
they're on you
Ridiculous.
and you can't put them on the baby who was born less than a day
I want to
ago.
put my germs on the baby. It's not fair.
Baby needs time to develop its immune system.
I've had to tell her about it multiple times, and I swear she went into the other room once and did it anyway and thought I didn't see her. We'll come over to help and just hold him while I'm running around the house cleaning. And then when he starts crying and I'm done cleaning, we'll give him back to me to feed him and then ask what needs to be done around the house. Conveniently, when I'm done cleaning everything, and then leaves. When we were still in the hospital, she kept pestering us about having her friend, who she just recently reconnected with, come and see the baby. I met this random lady once. Why are you even asking? And I didn't even know till they were outside the effing room. I know I could set some more solid boundaries, but baby came 2 weeks early, and I'm literally hours postpartum, hadn't slept in 2 days, got pain medication, and honestly, why do I have to say anything? Why does your random friend want to see a newborn that fresh, that it practically still has amniotic fluid on it? Effing weird. She constantly is trying to organize get-togethers for people to meet the baby. He is 6 effing weeks old. You're effing lucky you met him this early, considering your job consists of you interacting with many people. She insists on going to her house, which is 30 minutes away, then will invite other people over while we are there. This is not your child. I don't care how excited you are. What you are not understanding about a child with no effing immune system. I'm getting resentful of him not taking turns to get up at night during his paternity leave or now on the weekends since he's been back to work. I love how, as this has gone on, OP is getting more and more frustrated.
Yeah.
In this post, she's like, I hate him.
I'm
And I hate his mom.
It's got to be super frustrating writing
So
all this out and
frustrating.
realizing how bad it is.
Yeah.
The
Break out with
more and
him.
more you write.
Yeah, you're like, oh wait, this guy sucks, and his mom's a stinker too. Not wanting to spend time with his child without being asked, having to be told what to do when he's a grown but adult and has been here the whole dang time. Not taking the baby from me and insisting I have some time to myself. Not understanding anything from my point of view and honestly not having to alter his life at all. He's somewhat uninterested in bonding with his son. Somewhat? Girl, I don't see any bit of interest. No interest. It's crazy how little interest this man has in his own son.
I don't know what the psychology is of sometimes when people have a baby and they're just like, and everything is normal, everything's the same, nothing has changed. I'm just gonna be on the game. So what? I have a baby. So what? That doesn't mean my life is gonna be different forever. Sorry, buddy. It is.
That's the thing. Well, they said they weren't expecting to have this baby, which is so obvious because this is a 29-year-old man who is not an adult. He's not ready to have a kid. He was not ready to have a kid.
I gotta say, right now, I'm not ready to have a kid. But
And
if
that's
I was,
fair.
If I was gonna have a kid, though, I would be trying to be ready.
Sure,
Yeah.
yes.
I wouldn't just be like, well, I'm not ready, so I'm gonna continue to be, I don't know, just
Useless.
Yes, I'm gonna continue to act like I'm not a father.
I was gonna say he's not even ready to be an adult.
Nope. And said once that he can't wait to be a father since all of the stuff right now is so motherly.
What? Since all of what? What? I can't
He's-
wait to be a father because
He's
what?
saying even though he has a child right now, he's like, well, the father part hasn't started yet. I'm going to be a father later. Sir, if
You're
you
like,
don't...
once he's big enough to handle tools.
Well, once he can hang, then I'll be a father.
Once he can hold a video game controller.
It's just the vibes.
Yeah, I'm just trying
Sir,
to hang
Get this
out.
little guy away from me.
Yeah. If you don't bond with your child, he will not go to you when he's finally able to do the fun stuff. My entire pregnancy, I kept saying, I'm scared to be a mother, but I'd be the best father. And he always acted confused when I said that. But it's 2025, and men act like they don't need to be part of the newborn development. There are single fathers who don't have boobs, yet are able to take care of their children. There are women who pass away in childbirth, and yet somehow these men are fully capable of raising their children. But he has to just basically help me and still doesn't take the initiative to do so. How does he expect me to go back to work if he can't put the baby to sleep or get him to stop crying? He doesn't want you to go back to work. He wants you to full-time take care of this baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'm down to be a stay-at-home mom, but I make more money than him, and he constantly says we can't do that, while simultaneously not learning how to take care of the baby when I'm around. I normally work night shift and have to switch to days because I'm afraid he's not going to wake up to the baby crying in the middle of the night. When does he grow up? I voiced all of these concerns to him, but he seems not to understand the weight of them. I am also 5,000 miles away from any family. Let's fly to them.
Yep.
Which would consist of many people to help me and help us take care of this child. And at this point, I'm regretting not moving home.
It's never too late.
It's never too home. Let's go. Let's go. Let's pack up.
I think even if you've expressed all this to him and he's like not getting it, you need to express
In a way that
you
I'm
are
leaving to
gone if this
I'm
does not
flying.
change.
I've got a ticket to go visit my family, and I'm going to stay with them forever.
Next time he's like, but babe, I made $200. You'd be like, great. You
I'm
can
gonna
send
take
that to
that-
me
yeah.
as a child support payment.
Yep. Bye. Gonna take that 200. Gonna get a plane ticket to see my parents. See ya. I feel like I'm doing this alone because you are. And if that's the case, why am I even here? Great point. When I have people who would be elated to help me, go see them. Well, most days I'm sitting alone with no help, running on no sleep, waiting for him to get home to do anything, just to be disappointed. He thinks the baby is going to be 3 months old when I go back to work, and it's going to be easier, which is about 10% true. But it's going to be a lot harder if the baby doesn't like you, or you don't know what the F you're doing. By the way, I know what I want you guys to do, and that's listen to full episodes of stories just like this. Just go to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or iHeartRadio and search up OKStorytime. There's a little bit left to this story. Do you have any final thoughts?
Straight up, go to your family.
Break up. You're not married to him. Break up.
First thing you need to do is make it clear,
Yes.
hey, if you can't be a father to our child, then you're not going to be a father.
Yep.
You're going to be a check that comes in the mail.
Yep, yep,
Because it's the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if that doesn't make him change, or if he goes, that's not right, that's unfair, don't even tell him.
Gone.
You just get your stuff and you go.
Agreed. Is this dude the type of guy who buys a dog, leaves the dog outside always, and never plays with it, and says he's a pet owner?
Nah,
SMH.
worse. He says he's a father and has a kid, but doesn't
Yeah.
take care of his son or his
A
kid.
small revision here. Maybe don't just go consult a divorce attorney, figure out exactly what
Well,
rights
they're
you
not.
do have. If they're 5,000
She's not married.
not married,
They're
but
yeah.
whatever, consult with whatever, because the
with child
mother-in-law
support.
sounds like she'll fight you tooth and nail if you want to take the kid 5,000 miles away.
I
so,
think you need to start
Find out what you're
tracking.
able to do.
Yeah.
Find out what is legally you are able to do and do it.
Yeah.
Because if you have family that will help you, then you need to let them help you.
Whenever I say anything, I feel like I'm nagging him. You shouldn't have to do that. If you feel like that and he's not listening to you, it's over. But then if I don't say anything, he thinks everything is peachy. Do I just let him crash and burn? I don't want my son to suffer and cry all night and day because his dad didn't use the time he has to get his crap together. I don't want to be bitter and resentful, but here we are. 2 a.m., haven't showered in 2 days.
That's crazy.
Didn't even get the option while man has been sleeping since 9 p.m. soundly. Probably will get up at 5 a.m. and not even check on us in the nursery because you know I got it. Everything's fine. I'm starting to resent my boyfriend for not being attentive to my feelings and bonding with our son. I don't know if I'm being overdramatic or if postpartum feelings are clouding my judgment or if I'm justified. What do you think? Comment 1. Where to even start? It's your baby. Tell his mom no. Set boundaries about when you're comfortable with kissing and passing around and strangers meeting your child. You're the mother and deserve respect. Yes, you have the front airbags and the manual. Your body hardwired a response system during pregnancy. You know the hungry cry from the gas cry. Men got a hard hat and a blinky light for prep, so yes, it's easier to pass a baby to the person who knows versus learning. Your boyfriend is uncomfortable and avoids the situation. He's not an irresponsible man. He just doesn't know how and is like a kid afraid to ask for help. He wants to help but lacks the manual. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't want
He
to
doesn't want
help.
to help. What are you talking about? In what way does it... I
If
don't
he
think
wanted
we're-
to help, he would be like, what can I do to help you?
I
If he
don't
wanted
think
to help, OP wouldn't be showerless for 2 days.
I'm sorry. If he wanted to help, he wouldn't be at the gym every day for an hour and then playing video games for 2 hours.
Yeah, you can do a
you talking about,
calisthenics
Commoner?
routine in a half hour at the beginning of the day.
Make lists, the commenter continues. His mom coming over? Great. Tell her you're happy she's here and have stuff you need to help with. While she holds the baby, announce each chore you're tackling. She can jump in anytime, and if she doesn't, you can say, I told you everything I needed done. Babies are boring right now. His time comes later. You had 9 months to bond. What is this commenter saying?
Let's just keep going. This is
He
insane.
didn't. Once they start throwing things and rolling around a year, that's when they get interesting and he'll connect. Don't force it. Bonding looks different for dads. I don't like this commenter.
I
My
also
advice-
that's
My advice, tell
Not
him
true.
you've noticed his awkwardness with the baby and want him to help learn what the child needs. He can't always rely on front airbags. You need actual partnership. Set up routines where he takes baby duty while you shower or rest. You have to help him help you make him the map. That's the end of that story, though.